Hello, guys, and welcome to the next podcast of the Left in Lobby podcast. I've said podcast too many times, but I am the vendor for you. I am joined with...
I am Podcast, Gaming for Good podcast.
Podcast. Right, so today we have got our sponsors again. We got new sponsors that came to us this time. And and we've got all sorts of news again, films, games, the lot, all for your taste buds.
Yes, the first one of 2017, the first of many, hopefully. I'm talking to you here, but then it's all wrong. I'll move you. There we go. So anyway, yeah, the first one of 2017. So much has happened over the last few months. Many have died, unfortunately, but we'll maybe get to that a little bit later on. But what in the world has been going on that is just weird at the moment? And did you hear about this craze? Kids for Christmas wanted these things called Hatchimals. All I can say is it's like a high-tech Furby. Like, it comes in a little egg, and then you have to nurture this egg and bang on it and wake it up and stuff. And then
how big are these eggs?
I don't know. They look like quite sizable. From the pictures I'm seeing, it's almost as big as this little girl's head. So they are quite large, and you basically have to hatch this animal. Apart from the fact that a lot of people have been going out, I mean, these things are sold out everywhere. You cannot buy these things, and they're a fortune. But
aren't they like £70?
Yeah, I think I saw them at maybe 60, 70 quid.
Jesus.
And parents have gone out, bought these for the kids at Christmas, and kids are like, yeah, I've got a Hatchimal. Things don't hatch. These things have just sat there. Apparently, they're supposed to hatch within 30 minutes. I was hoping that they would be about 20 quid, and I would try and get one and hatch it while we were recording the podcast, but A, they're impossible, and B, way too expensive for a podcast.
Yeah. Maybe we wait until they're not as popular.
Maybe. I mean, although I actually toyed with the idea of buying a Furby.
Yeah.
I mean, still to this day, those things are extortion. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to buy a Furby.
No.
But yeah, these Hatchimals, they've been buying them for the kids, and they're not hatching in the allotted time. Apparently, they've waited days, and these things haven't turned up.
Do you have to sit on them or anything like that? Keep them warm?
I don't think so. Last I heard, you just have to rub and knock them.
Sorry, you have to what?
I said rub and knock. So kids are being really, really disappointed. And then to top it off, apparently the ones that are kind of working, according to the tent pole of British media that is the Daily Mirror, Hatchimals, the must-have Christmas toy of 2016, are swearing in their sleep.
So... do you reckon it's like a Furby? The more you say to it, it remembers. But the more you say to it, it remembers what you're saying. So the household that they're in, they're picking up all the swearing and then just repeating it back.
I don't know. If that was... now I do want to get a Furby. I want to train a Furby just to be like, fuck you every time somebody walks through the door.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Because that's the way that the Furbies used to work. You used to talk to them and it remembers, but it just listens and then remembers what you're saying to
it.
And
it just parrots it back.
Yeah, just parrots it back.
So
you used to get Furbies that used to swear as well.
But yeah, apparently some parents are claiming they've heard their Hatchimals mutter the words "fuck me" as they sleep. I'll put a little audio clip in because I mean a lot of the stuff we do have a little bit of video and whatnot, but I think just the audio on this one is purely just classic. But yeah, apparently pretty sure it says "fuck me," says Nick Gallego, who shared the video of the allegedly foul-mouthed toy.
Vancouver.
Have you ever had a, for the want of a better term, a somewhat disappointing Christmas gift?
Yeah. Well, you always get socks. That's a bit of a...
I got great socks this year, though. My mother-in-law, she is a fucking star. She bought me Adventure Time socks and Pokemon underwear. I'm wearing the underwear as we speak, not really willing to, get my man sausage out on camera.
We don't know you that well yet.
The packaging is around here somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've lost
saying that, the missus got me Mr. Men's socks. One of them's called Mr. Hungry. Don't know where she's got that idea from. And also the other one, that says "Bump and Grind," Mr. Bump and Grind.
That sounds a little X-rated for Mr. Men.
I know, right?
I like it.
Mr. Bump and Grind.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I got my parents. I mean, they did amazing things with what crap they had. But they would buy. Me and my brother would get things in twos, so we would both get, say, a personal stereo. That's what they used to call MP3 players when we were younger kids. Little tape players. I say little tape players. They were about this big, and they also had speakers built into them. They were in front of the iPhone in a big bad way. So mine, they bought them from Boots, I want to say, not big electronics dealers. Mine, the headphone socket didn't work, but the speaker did, and his would only play in reverse.
Really?
So we're both there at Christmas. We both got these tape decks. Neither of us can actually use them.
No way.
I had a bike when I was a little kid. It was a really great sort of thing. It's like, oh yeah, a bike! Went outside, hopped on the bike. The bike was for aged 5 and up. I was 4, and as I hopped on the bike and tried to pedal, I would smash my knees into the handlebars. Therefore, not being able to actually ride the bike that was designed for somebody a year older than me. I've always been quite a big lad in many ways. But yeah, just another completely disappointing Christmas gift.
I'm trying to think of like stuff that was like kept in my memory of bad gifts. I know that I get a lot of crap, but I don't think they're bad because I still seem to use the stuff that I get. But it's a really nice thought, but my other half's dad always goes to a certain shop and buys us all like weird and wacky presents. They're not bad, but it's just a nice little touch. And this year we got a pen, but a taser. So you put your thumb on it and it electrocutes you, so you can't actually put the pen down.
Oh, after last week's episode, wow, it's been a long time. We should explain that his PC freaking died on us. So we've just been sort of like, we've launched this podcast and now we can't follow it up.
Yeah, but now we can. We're going to keep it very we're
hopefully going to record it every Monday, hopefully.
Yes.
So, I totally want to try that pen now.
Yeah, we'll try that pen when we're next together. So I've got the taser pen. We got the, not a head scratcher, but you know the massage head things that are like that.
Yeah.
Got one of those. Got the world's bounciest ball. So you just literally drop it and it bounces forever.
Also want to try that.
Yeah. And what else? It's just like really weird and random things that you wouldn't really think of, and he just goes, "Oh, that looks good. That looks good." A hand buzzer, so like when you shake someone's hand, like you see in the old films.
Okay, yeah.
One of those. And that was it really. Oh, and a sheriff's badge. I'm now a fully fledged sheriff, thanks to the badge.
Okay, so will you be Rick Grimes at some point?
Yes.
Or Carl?
Probably Carl.
Carl. So yeah, that was a little bit of craziness. Hatchimals are saying in their sleep.
It's amazing.
I think my fiance's a Hatchimal. I'm pretty sure I've heard her say "fuck you" to me in her sleep.
It's funny because each year there's a different craze. I remember when I was younger, there was Tamagotchis. Used to have, everyone wanted a Tamagotchi.
Somebody bought me one of those recently, like as just like a little throwaway Christmas gift. I don't know what the hell I did with it. I haven't got the time to freaking raise it. Like I didn't have the time when I was a kid, and I sure as hell don't now. Yeah. But yeah, I remember getting told off in school for playing with my Tamagotchi. I was like, "It'll die." It's like, yeah, but school, just put it away. So.
Yeah, and then there's also Pogs that were a big thing as well, which are little discs. Yeah. My head went to
Tazos.
Yeah, Tazos, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you used to get in the crisps, wasn't it?
Yeah. I never had the Pogs. I don't know why. I don't know whether I never got round to it or just spent all my money on WWF figures or something crazy.
Yeah.
I used to love toys. Still do.
Yeah, love it. Or if you look at the back shelf there, you can see all the crap that I've got.
Yeah, mine is hidden away. I'm currently in the process of putting up shelves to put my slightly more expensive toys on. They're not toys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing my drill does just died, which is why I said to you like, what are you doing today?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the craziness of Christmas.
Yeah.
What else have we done over the last few weeks
We've
since
seen a
we last
couple of
recorded?
films.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I went to watch Rogue One with
Yeah.
my brother-in-law. That was a good experience. What did you think of the movie? In on the whole.
I thought it was a good lead through and a good backstory to how it all actually started.
Yeah,
Because in very first ever film was it's just called Star Wars, but it's
yeah,
actually there's the New Hope.
yeah.
So nobody ever knew what happened before that.
It just literally started off with the "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope."
Yeah.
Off they
And
go.
that's what I liked about this film is that it led through. It told you how she got them plans and everything like that, which is really good. The one thing I didn't like, I know that it says it's a Star Wars story. It doesn't actually say it's a Star Wars film. It didn't have any of the original sound. Didn't have any of the original Star Wars theme or anything like that. And that's what annoyed me a little bit.
Do you know I didn't notice? I noticed that they didn't have the crawl,
Yeah, they don't have to crawl.
which
the
I quite
original Star
liked, if I'm
Wars.
honest. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
times have gone on. You don't need all this exposition in yellow writing scrolling up the screen for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm kind of okay with the lack of the crawl.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the lack of sound.
Yeah, it didn't have the original, the original Star Wars theme. It didn't have that, and that disappointed me a little bit. But it was maybe because it was a Star Wars story, not an actual Star Wars film.
And doesn't that usually starts with the crawl?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
you take the crawl out, where do you put it?
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, there is that. I did quite like when you see them all in the X-wings flying around.
Yeah,
They looked as if they were 80s porn stars. Like it looked time appropriate for
yeah,
Star Wars, because
Yeah.
there was one thing that I always saw. I'd watch The Phantom Menace
yeah,
begrudgingly, and you would just watch it, and you'd see all these amazing ships and all this technology and things like that, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, how did they get from that to a guy who bangs his head when he walks into a room?
yeah,
I didn't understand how they went from amazing technology to crap,
yeah,
because obviously CGI had taken over George Lucas's life.
yeah.
So
Well, that's
yeah, I like that they made it 80s style.
Because that's the reason episode 1, 2, and 3 was never made, because they didn't have the technology to do it.
Yeah.
And then obviously they had the technology, and he went fucking ape with it.
Yeah.
He actually just went, I'm going to chuck that at that, that at that, that at that, and used all of it all at once.
And while I'm at it, I'll just fuck up the first three as well.
Yeah. And then obviously Disney's taken it over. They've done The Force Awakens, and they've done this new one, Rogue One. So
There was,
it's
speaking of the overuse of CGI,
yeah,
Moff Tarkin.
yeah,
When you first see him, you're just like, that kind of looks like a video game. They've
yeah, it does.
de-aged him and not great.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
after a while, he just I don't know if my eyes just didn't notice it, if it gets better, or if it just blends in. But
I think it just blends in.
yeah, it didn't bother me after a while.
No. Yeah, because because I live in a town that's represented by him, because he used to live here.
Oh,
The actor used to live here.
there you go. You just gave away your address.
Yeah. Not where, though. Yeah, he used to live here, and like when they brought him back to life, I was like, he's alive. And then they also add Carrie Fisher a lot younger in it as well.
Yeah,
Like
they did quite well.
Yeah. And they led it in really well when she said it's our only hope, which was really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
overall,
do think they sort of tied the story together quite well. It was
Yeah.
when you watch the original Star Wars, you get the sense that Vader is coming for Leia and stuff like that. But you didn't get the sense that Vader had just come in from a big battle. I don't know how much further away. Like, is it 10 minutes down the line, or is it, straight away?
I think the next scene would have been him crashing through the door, walking towards Leia, trying to get her.
Yeah. So you didn't get the sense that Vader had just
Kicked ass.
barged in and just gone batshit on a hallway of everybody, and
Yeah.
then. But it was I did like it. I think the movie, all in all, it's one of those things where they always say at the start of a conversation, the intro doesn't matter as much as the end
Yeah.
because nobody remembers the beginning.
Yeah.
So that movie, it kind of just starts out so much, and then it just hits like 100 halfway through, and then it just keeps plowing forward with that. When you get to that big battle, they did that so well. It made me want to come home and play Battlefield, not Battlefield, Battlefront.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have a massive Star Wars type battle, just go for it, and then I came home and put Forza on. But for that moment, it did really make me want to play Battlefront.
Yeah, well, with Battlefront, I was looking at the others, like the original ones, and looking at the original ones, there was a far bigger battleground, wasn't there, compared with the new one?
My only real experience with Battlefront before, I believe, was the not the Vita, the PSP version. I think I got Battlefront 2 on the PSP.
Yeah.
And it was okay, but because it was a third-person shooter, I kind of stayed away from it. Like, Gears of War hadn't happened at that point, so cover mechanics and things weren't what they are now, and third-person shooters were okay at best. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I was more of a first-person kind of guy, so I didn't get into the Battlefronts.
Yeah. Well, saying that, we'll go on to what games are you looking forward to in next year, 2017?
Do you know, this is just a thing that I do now. I don't care. I refuse to care about. I can't remember what game it was. It just hyped me up and hyped me up and hyped me up, and then it either got delayed or just came out and it was just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So as a result, I don't even watch movie trailers. I try and avoid watching movie trailers, which is why it was a miracle that I watched Fast 8 and Spider-Man and Transformers trailers, which, I mean, Fast 8, I don't know, it just looks like more Fast 8. Spider-Man looks pretty good. I kind of like where they're going with Spider-Man. I think Disney may actually bring it back round to being great. And the Transformers trailer is literally just Michael Bay orgasming all over a film, which is fine. The Transformers, I haven't seen I've seen the first 3. That's it. That's all I've seen. So
you've not seen the is it Michael?
I think we just found a Transformer.
Nope. Not seeing the dinosaurs or anything. I kind of want to. I keep threatening to sit down and watch them. As I said, this podcast will force me to watch movies, which we still didn't watch Swiss Army Man, did we?
No.
One day, just tell us. Force us to do it in the comments. Hold us to our shit.
Yes. If there's any other films you think that we should watch that we've not actually mentioned on the podcast again, you can contact us on our email, which is leftinlobby@gmail.com.
Or you can tweet us.
Yeah, or you can tweet us.
Left Lobby. What did you think of Star Wars? Sorry, I blabber along.
I did like it. I liked it that they didn't have many of the Force like there's no real Force people in there. There wasn't no Jedis or that. It was just where they actually wiped them all out. It was only Darth Vader. And it was really nice to actually know how the Death Star worked as well, because they told you the information on what they used to make the big massive laser that destroys planets.
Yeah.
And which is really interesting, seeing that they'd wiped out the Jedis and now they're using all their shit to create a massive death machine.
And it explains the womp rat sized hole that allows it to be blown up with one freaking bullet.
Yeah.
Which is good. I quite like that. So,
really
all in all, pretty solid movie. Maybe a generous 7.5, I think.
Yeah, definitely about 7.5.
So, it gets the little thumbs up seal of approval that doesn't exist. What else have we been doing over the last few months? Obviously, it's been Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
So, how
did that go for you, New Year?
New Year. I started out. My
Remember?
great New Year... No, I remember, sadly. My great New Year would just be sat right here, webcam on, playing games, talking to people.
Yeah.
But, there are people in my life and, things exist.
Yeah.
So I ended up going out to my local Indian restaurant
Oh,
where
nice.
they put on a buffet and a disco, and it was all incredibly cheap. And it was a really
Oh,
great night for what I paid.
yeah.
But that's not me. So I was
Yeah.
kind of miserable for half of the night at least. And then I had to come home and have a tactical regroup and
Yeah.
something that rhymes with group. And then I went back and had a much better night.
Yeah. Oh, good.
What did you and your beloved get up
Well,
to?
well, last year we went out and did the whole. There was a live band playing locally, and we went to see them last year. But this year we went round one of my friends' houses, got loads of snacky food in, got loads of board games in, sat down and just had a laugh. Really,
That
played
sounds absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it was. What did we play? We played Pass Out, which is actually a drinking game. Which
Nice.
it is not actually. It is so brutal. It's ridiculous. You literally roll a dice. You move around the board that looks like the Monopoly board, and there's colours coordinating to your little peg. And if you land on a colour, that person drinks. Or if you land on it, you take a drink, and then you land on these little pass out sections, and you take a card, and it says either take 3 drinks, move 3 spaces forward, or take 2 drinks and move 2 spaces back. And then when you get round the board, you get a pink elephant card, which has a saying on it, and if you say it incorrectly, you have to take a drink.
Okay.
So
That sounds
it's
like it is
a,
designed just to get you absolutely wasted.
it is. It's ridiculous. And then there's like a jail, but it's called a bar on it. And you have to roll a 7 or an 11 to get out. If you don't get out in 3 turns, on your 3rd turn, if you roll the dice, you have to drink the amount that you've rolled. And you have 2 dice.
Ooh.
So you have to...
That sounds like one that you want to play with, like, very, like, WKD shots, not
Yeah.
vodka.
No, it's ridiculous. Especially if you, like, on the last turn you roll a 12. That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, you would be dead.
Yeah.
12 shots of vodka. That is me. Like, I think the drunken video that I did last, I probably had about 15 shots of God knows what, and I was gone. I
Was that your
remember it
driving
all,
one?
but I mean, you see how freaking wasted I was. Just good.
Yeah.
This is fun. This is fun. I can do. This is fun. I'm good. I can. I'm fine. I was gonna put a counter as to how many times I said I was fine.
Yeah.
Because I think it got to about 18 at one point.
Yeah. Is that your driving one? Your Forza? No, not dirt one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Basically, Kerry and I sat down one day with 2 bottles of alcohol, and we just recorded like 8 videos.
Yeah.
And so that just what is that very end, it was like, right, I'm really drunk, we need to stop drinking. And I was just like, let's do a drunk driving video, because that's a terrible idea. And then I can whip a little message in there of don't fricking drink and drive.
Yes.
So I did.
Very responsible of you.
And the proof is in the pudding, because I think I knocked about a minute off of my time when I was sober. So yeah, don't be a dick.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so we played that. We also played the logo game, which is obviously you have to name the logo and everything associated with it. And that was it, really. It was kind of back and forth from there. Oh, and Buzzed Out, which is quite good, because when you're drunk, it's really, really, really annoying.
Is that
So
the
you get
one where you hold on to the thing and...
No,
No?
you have a card, and they have words on the card, and you have to get your team to say the word without actually saying the word.
Ah, okay. Right.
So you'd say something like, it flies in the sky, it has wings, and you would say...
Bird.
There we go. So then what you do is you then pass the card over to the other team, and they've got to do it, and you've got to do it backwards and forwards until it buzzes, and whoever's caught in possession loses.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. It's quite good.
So yeah, that's Christmas, New Year, pretty much sorted. I think next year I might have a New Year somewhat like yours, or I might just grab Kerry and bugger off somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything that stood out last year for you? We were getting onto what we were looking forward to, but I kind of shut that down.
That's fine.
I will. I do have one answer because once again it kind of falls into that bracket. But yeah,
Yeah.
anything stand out last year for you?
Things that stood out for me, not overly. There's not anything that like is like whoa, like I really want to see that or do that again. Oh no, sorry, there is. There's only one thing. I went and see The Cursed Child. That's what stood out for me last year.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Don't have the time or the money, unfortunately.
No.
Hopefully it's on
Yeah.
forever and I can go and see it in like a year's time when everybody's done with it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you can still book tickets for 2018.
oh, that's not too bad then. Yeah,
No.
just a year in advance. So
Or
yeah.
or every Friday you could sit on the website because they give away 40 tickets every Friday at like really good price, like £25 a ticket.
Yeah, I think I found a website that sells the tickets, but you end up getting them in like ones that's behind a pillar or something. They're really not great seats, and I don't have the time or the money to head down to London to see it. But
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I guess I've read the book.
That's the thing that stood out for me the most. I saw that in December last year, so that stood out for me the most. I know it was the most recent thing, but it was unbelievable. I want to see it again. It was that good.
Did you read the book before you went?
No.
No?
The missus did, but I didn't because the book is just the screenplay, isn't it? It's just what they say.
Yeah, it is essentially. I mean, I sort of got to play it through in my head, but obviously all of the I'm sat there reading it, playing the movie in my head, and Harry Potter is still a young Daniel Radcliffe, not the Daniel Radcliffe that you see at the end of the last movie.
Yeah.
So that kind of messed things up because you've got that Harry Potter and then Harry Potter's son.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't balance out because they're all freaking kids.
Yeah. Well, the guy they get to play Harry Potter is spot on.
Yeah.
You could tell he could easily be Daniel Radcliffe in the original movies.
I thought
He's that good.
There was like a crazy thing like Hermione was black or something.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Because in the books, all she says, all that J.K. Rowling says in the books is she's got... Sorry?
Have they seen the movies?
Yeah, they have. But the way they did it was because in the original books, they don't actually say Hermione's colour. They just said that she's got frizzy hair.
Okay, so, that works.
So, yeah, that's why I'll say that's how they got around it, but that's how they did it. They did it not because they wanted to be different, but because they don't actually specify in the book.
So they could get away with just making her black or... Puerto Rican or whatever.
Yeah,
but
makes sense. The Harry and Ron are spot on. Like they you can tell they've watched the films because the mannerisms are perfect. So perfect. It's unbelievable. Yeah. You'd be like, that's Rupert Grint and that's Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, I suppose you would have to really. You would have to be. Yeah. You would have to mimic them as best as you could because otherwise people are just going to be like, yeah, it's crap. I want Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah. But no, it's good. Definitely worth going to see if you can.
Very good. And while we're at it, that reminds me of our first sponsor. Today's podcast is brought to you by books. Yes, that's right. You can get all of your favourite audiobooks printed for you to read. Is your phone battery low and you can't listen to your story? Forget to charge your ebook reader. Use books. No batteries required. Use all of your storage on your 4K videos and selfies. Doesn't matter. Books are self-contained and slot right into your bag. I'm currently enjoying my audiobooks anywhere I go. Act now. Books are available anywhere books are sold. Don't want to store all these books? There's a building you can go to called a library. It's like a Netflix for books. You can... except, obviously, you can't stream them and they do charge you late fees. But yes, join in 2017's best-kept secret, books, available now.
Oh, I might have to check them out.
Yes. This new technology, books. I am currently reading a book. I have a book here. This is the Book of Yorkshire Wit and Humour, which may as well be freaking German to me because I don't understand a word of it. I am actually reading a book right now, which is quite good, but I don't have it to hand. It's all the way over there.
Yeah. No, I've just started. Well, I say just started. I'm like quarter of the way through the first Game of Thrones book.
Oh. I do not have the time for Game of Thrones. Even the audio version of Game of Thrones, I don't have the time for. So, yeah, you good luck with that. I don't even have time for the TV show. I really should watch the TV show. Everybody says I should watch the TV show.
Oh, it is good.
I never really get round to watching it. So I've been told off by a few people, which part of me is just like, fuck you. So I don't want to watch Game of Thrones. Big deal. I'll watch my own thing. You watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'll watch Game of Thrones. They won't do it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's good.
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But that's
so good.
That's a different podcast altogether. So games that I'm looking forward to in 2017. It was a game that was supposed to have come out in December. I put it on my list of potential gifts for people to buy me, and then completely forgot it existed.
Oh, really?
Yep. And then I went into a game yesterday, as I have a voucher to get stuff, and I went in there and saw the case for it. I was just like, oh yeah, when did that come out? Went to the counter and he's like, yeah, it's been delayed.
Oh.
And that game is South Park Fractured Butthole. I absolutely loved the Stick of Truth. That was a great game, and I want to play. Apparently, it is set about 2 minutes after the last one.
Oh, really?
They're all sat there playing Game of Thrones or whatever it is they're calling it. And then they're just like, this is stupid. Let's be superheroes. Yeah. So then that's it. They just become superheroes. So, yeah, I really, really want to try the game.
Yeah.
But they've delayed it while March or something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
They say first quarter 17. But so it's Bethesda, so and anything they do is probably just going to help the game. Yeah. Maybe if they didn't spend so much time putting a freaking Oculus Rift into it.
Yeah.
It might be done by now, but, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be worth the wait.
Will you buy the Oculus Rift?
No. It seems... I've fallen prey to many, many gimmicks in my days. I bought the freaking Xbox HD drive for full price.
Oh.
Right before they shit-canned it.
No.
So, yeah, that was... There was that. I've had steering wheels, which I'll put a picture on the screen of what happened to the last steering wheel I owned. I've fallen prey to many a gimmick. I mean, I'm not, saying that this is a gimmick or anything, but, I buy things. So, it's what I do.
Yeah.
Not having an Oculus Rift. No frickin' way.
No. Right, the only game that I'm looking forward to next year is Ghost Recon Wildlands. I'm a sucker for a Ghost Recon game.
It's like The Division, but everywhere else.
Yes.
I'm in for that. I mean, we'll play that totally.
More tactical as well. It's you have different you obviously you have missions, but you have different situations you can do them. There's about 6 or 7 ways you can complete like each mission. Yeah. And there's different time zones, so you have to look at the different patrol patterns of the enemies and stuff like that.
Did you sign up for the beta?
I have to. That reminds me, I'm going to do it today.
Do it on PC. Don't do it on the freaking PlayStation, because I can't play with you on the PlayStation.
Okay, I'll do it on the PC.
So I did PC, but I think the PG UK guys have gone Xbox, so I hope I get both, but any would be great.
Yes, that's true. And then everyone's raving at the moment for this game called For Honor, and I've not actually looked at it at all.
I had beta access to that, but due to an NDA, I'm not allowed to say anything.
Is it good?
I'm not allowed to say.
Okay. Okay.
So, it's...
And then Resident Evil 7, which you Oculus Rifted it.
I did. It is terrifying. I got my brother-in-law... Turns out my brother-in-law watches my videos. He'll probably not watch this because he has no idea it exists. Yeah. But he watched my video and all I got was a picture of the end and then the words Southern Pansy. Because, I mean, I don't know if you've played the demo. You did a video as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I don't know if it was the end of the demo. A dude basically is like, welcome to the family. Bam! Yeah. Smacks you in the face. Yeah. In the Oculus Rift, a fist is coming towards your face. So the natural reaction is to try and move away from said fist. Yeah. And because I did that, I'm a Southern Pansy. So, yeah. But yeah,
Well,
I do want to see that. I'm just afraid that they've just like Kojima did PT and that was great. So I don't think it's going to be first person.
No, it might. Well, yeah, all the other Resident Evils haven't been. I don't see why they would change it now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Any attempt of Resident Evil first person I've seen generally involved a gun and wasn't great.
Yes, or you have it on. You can get the Resident Evil mobile game, which is also first person shooter. You literally move the screen with one thumb and you hit the other. It's a bit like the gun games that you have, but instead
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds not interesting.
No. No, it's not at all. And then Halo Wars comes out next year. Halo Wars 2.
Is that going to be on the PC?
Xbox
I imagine
and
it
PC.
will. Yeah.
Xbox and PC, yeah. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, which is the big game they're promoting with the PlayStation 4 Pro, which is the mechanical dinosaurs and the woman that's got hardly anything on.
Okay, I can see why that would be popular. Everybody loves mechanical dinosaurs.
It's a futuristic thing where robots have taken over the world, but the robots are in dinosaur shapes, and all you have is a bow and arrow.
Oh, that sounds kind of like Ark.
Yeah, it is kind of like Ark. It does look cool. I will probably end up getting it with a Pro and a 4K telly. It will end up being a big expensive year for me next year.
Yeah, I have a very specific thing that I want from a TV.
Yeah,
and it has to be 32-inch 4K and 3D.
Is that what you want? 32-inch 4K.
That TV doesn't exist.
I have
no room for a bigger television.
Oh, okay.
I am at capacity with my 2 screens and my 32-inch TV. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I could press to a few more inches, or if it was like this far away from the edge, maybe. But yeah, I probably couldn't squeeze a 4K TV into it.
Yeah, they don't do them at a smaller size unless you get a monitor, unless you get a 4K monitor.
That's all I can think of doing, but then I'd have to go the route of soundbar.
Yeah,
it'd be, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Either maybe I'll just buy a new house.
Yeah,
that might work.
Yeah, just buy a house just to get my television in.
Oh, that would be the dream. To buy a house and have a room for all of this shit. I could paint the walls green.
You could. Your very own green room, not green screen.
It would be the dream.
Right. So the our other sponsor is here. Yes. So you've not heard from this sponsor. This sponsor contacted me, and they thought, we'll know what we'll do. We want TheFender4u to be speaking about this one. So it's the company. Well, I say company. It's more of a group. They're a young group. They're all over the world. They thought this would be the perfect place to actually get them promoted and be able to. Other people, if they wanted to join, they're more than welcome to. So it's young people that fight to stop nuclear war. There's young agents all over the world. If you want to join the company is called. Well, I say company. I keep on saying company. It's a youth group. It's called the Futuristic Anti-Nuclear National Youth. So if you want to go and be a part of the Futuristic Anti-Nuclear National Youth, just go to www.fanny.com.
Ah, yes, fanny.com, of course. I've heard of them. Super secret, fanny.com.
Yeah, they're all over the world. So if you become a member of them, you can go to a Fanny convention and you can meet all your other Fanny members.
I would love to get into Fanny. That would be amazing.
Yeah. They say it's a very, very tight group and that you have to be super secretive to be in it.
Is there like an age range? Like, do you have to be above a certain age to get into Fanny?
Well, you can start at 12, but you have to get, because you have like ranks. So when you get to 16, you're a higher rank, 18 another rank, 21 another rank. So yeah, so you get a Fanny badge.
You get a Fanny badge.
Yeah, it's a bit like brownies, but instead you get a badge for being in Fanny.
Sounds excellent. So thank you, Fanny, for sponsoring our podcast.
Thank you, Fanny. So
You dumbass. So I've been having a few weird thoughts in
yeah,
since I'm trying to come up with interesting conversations, and all I come up with is bullshit.
yeah,
And one of them was, if are you a particularly religious person?
no,
No.
no,
So if Jesus was to come back,
yeah,
and it's just like it's all true, Christianity
yeah,
is all true.
yeah,
Um, what would it take him to do to
yeah.
get you to get on board?
It'd
Like,
have to be something big. It would have to be something along the lines of world famine or cancer, something like that. I reckon.
would you actually go along with it?
Well, it'd have to be. You'd have to really. You'd have to show me really, and then I'll be like, "Fuck me, I'll follow you if you're willing to do that to everyone or help everyone."
He walks up to you, taps your heavy on, and then all of a sudden you're drunk,
Yeah.
and it's just like, holy crap, you are in fact Jesus.
Yeah.
You see, I've always said that I've got a scientific mind,
Yeah.
and if I'm presented with evidence to prove that it's a thing,
Yeah.
I will believe it. And of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
I will have no choice but to believe in the existence of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes.
But I suppose I would have to go along with it. Like, why
Yeah.
the hell not?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if he's in church, like I'm just going to show up and be like, Jesus! I would worship Jesus.
Yeah.
But
No.
if you do go along with it, at what point do you call bullshit? Like, if he turns around and is just like, well, you two aren't married, so no tanuki. You'll go to hell. You will spend eternity burning in damnation.
But that's the thing. If you believe in Jesus, if you actually follow Jesus, then you'd have to believe in hell. So then you'd have to... Yeah, then you would go to hell, wouldn't you, if he is the real Jesus?
So Jesus turns around to you and he's like, don't worry. I know you've been flaunting all this stuff all this time.
Yeah.
But you can get it back. You just have to do what I say from now on.
Well, I think it would depend on what he told us to do.
So, the first one is no more nookie until you're married.
Oh. Well, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
You can't even love that. You can't even love thyself.
Oh. That's difficult.
Now, Duke can turn water into wine, so he's not against drinking.
Okay.
You're not allowed to cover thy neighbour's ox.
So what happens if you don't believe and he's back? Will you still go to hell, or how does that work?
If you're still just like, look, Jesus, I don't care, then yeah, you are doomed to a life of.
Oh, so then you'd
hell.
have to, wouldn't you? Otherwise, you'd go to eternity.
Exactly.
Be tortured. Yeah. So you'd have to, wouldn't you?
So you would give up loving thyself.
You'd have to until. Well, it depends. Once you're married.
I imagine there would be a rush to Vegas.
Yeah.
Like everybody just wants to get married like tomorrow.
Yeah, there would be a lot more marriages, but there would also be a lot less babies in the world.
No, I think there'd be more because you're not allowed to use contraception.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to have sex before marriage.
There'd be a lot less teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
Although teenagers might turn around and just be like, screw it, I'll go to hell. They might be the ones that are just like, yeah, Satan!
Yeah.
And just start banging away. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Yeah.
At what point are you just like, do you know what, fuck it, I'm going to hell. I'm done.
I think it would be the point of, I've had enough of this. It would just be the point of, I can't live like this anymore. I have to do something.
So, Jesus says you have to shave your face daily.
That's not going to happen.
So that's when he turns around and says you have to shave your face. He's like, "Fuck it, send me to hell."
Does he monitor you though? Would he be there all the time?
He's like Santa.
If he's not, no, but if he's not dead, then he isn't everywhere, is he?
He's got help from up top.
How is he? He talks to.
He's got Fanny in his ear.
Yeah, yeah. He could have Fanny in his ear. No, because then what? But then he couldn't reproduce, could he? Until he's married.
I'm pretty sure there would be a line of people trying to marry Jesus.
Yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure there's a line of people trying to marry Jesus from The Walking Dead. So an actual Jesus Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'd be alright.
Yeah, he probably
Oh,
would be
the
alright.
Jesus groupies that just follow him around. So yeah, shaving the face is where you draw the line. You're just like, fuck
Well,
it, send me
the
to
thing
hell.
is that I find it so difficult to keep on top of shaving my face. It's ridiculous.
I'm just
If
too
I
lazy.
I have to shave once a day, otherwise I'll look like a caveman.
Oh, if I was to shave, I'd be single in a heartbeat. My fiance
Yeah.
has seen my baby face one time.
Yeah.
She said never ever again. Never do it.
No,
Apparently, it
allowed.
takes years off.
Yeah.
I look infinitely younger, but never ever do it. So there we are. We're back. Some
Yeah.
slight technical issues, but
Stupid cameras.
yeah, I think if Jesus came back right now,
Yeah.
I don't know how far I would go. I don't know if I would just be like, spread the word of Jesus Christ. I would say, I've seen it. Jesus is real.
Yeah.
No sex before marriage. I could live with that.
Do you reckon?
I'm getting married in 3 months, dude.
Oh, that's why though. But if it was longer than that,
I think that's why people used to get married so young, you know.
yeah.
And all these people was like, I was married by 19. It's like, yeah, because you were afraid to have sex.
Yeah, there's a lot more Christians back then.
Yeah.
A lot more.
What if he turned to you and said, YouTube is a sin, it creates false idols, you must stop immediately?
I don't know. YouTube is quite a big part of my life now, and playing games is the same, and I like sharing that. So I reckon I'd still do it, to be honest.
So you would go to hell to do YouTube?
Well, yeah, it's one of those things that I enjoy. So, but saying that, seeing that the rules that he made were for the time that he was in, so maybe he would
Maybe he would.
So he would change maybe some of the rules because of the way the world has gone.
If he got more subscribers than PewDiePie, maybe he'd just be like, okay,
Yeah.
this YouTube thing can stay. I
He
can get
probably
paid
would,
to
yeah.
stand here and tell people how to live
Yeah.
their lives.
He'd do like magic tricks on screen.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Jesus shows up on Penn and Teller, fool us.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, now we think you did that where you did the bait and switch. It's just like, no, I'm the son of God.
Yeah, he would have his own show in Vegas.
He'd get his own FU statue.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Jesus coming back, or if David Blaine turned around one day and it's just like, I'm Jesus.
Yeah. He would tour the world. He would have his own TV show. He would have his own show in Vegas. He would have literally everything.
The private jet with JC on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if Jesus Christ came back, I'd just be like, I don't believe you. If he
Yeah.
then turned Kim Kardashian into a goat,
Yeah.
I'd be down. That'd be it. I'm done. Yeah, I'll go with it.
You're a goat. Yeah, but then Kanye West would be like, you owe me something, son. You owe me, like he does with everyone else, like he did with Mark Zuckerberg and what he did with Jay-Z.
He made Jesus walks.
Yeah.
So he would just be like, okay, yeah, fine, I'm down with JC. It's great. Me and Jesus,
Yeah.
we're homeboys. He got me
Yeah.
out. He got me out of this vapid, loveless marriage.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah. I think
What am I trying
that
to say?
is us done.
Yeah. So we'll go out on the vapid, loveless marriage of Kanye West and
Yes.
Kim Kardashian, the goat.
Yes. Of this podcast.
Yes, the podcast is the podcast. The podcast has podcasted all of it's going to podcast. And now we must leave the podcast.
Thank you, you podcasters.
That sounds almost like you could substitute it for bastards.
I know.
The family-friendly version. You podcaster!
Yes.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
So that is going to do it for us for this episode of the Left in Lobby podcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. You can get us on the email, as we mentioned earlier, leftinlobby@gmail.com, Left in Lobby on Twitter, and of course you can see this on YouTube if you are an audio listener at if you just YouTube Left in Lobby, you'll see our logo. There we are.
You can also catch it on iTunes as well.
Yes, of course. I forget SoundCloud and iTunes. I'm just so used to visual medium. Yeah, SoundCloud and now on iTunes. We are official. When we started the last one, we didn't know if we would be on iTunes. We are now on iTunes. We are a legitimate podcast, even though it's incredibly easy to do. And if you want to do it, just go and freaking do it. It's simple. You just need to use SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is going to do it for us. I have been Ruthless Woofus. This has been. We can't see each other anymore. You can't pick up on these things. I've been Ruthless Woofus.
I've been TheFender4u.
This has been the Left in Lobby podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.